B2B sales isn't a skill you can just pick up by attending a workshop. It takes practice, dedication, and time to master. The problem is that the training most salespeople get isn't effective. Over 90% of workshop and seminar content is forgotten within 30 days. However, there is a better way. Unlike other sales training programs, our Momentium system combines traditional teaching techniques, an interactive sales simulator, and video conference coaching. Allowing salespeople to learn and practice new skills is what sets us apart from other training providers. Our training programs have proven to be more effective than any workshop or seminar. We improve sales forces, guaranteed. Each week, your salespeople will complete one training module, which consists of several lessons and simulated sales calls. Each module requires learners to learn new concepts, practice those concepts in simulated sales calls, and confirm their understanding in recap sessions and video conference coaching. First, the Coaching Academy contains short, interactive, and focused lessons that will teach salespeople the skills and techniques they need to be successful. We devote time to core concepts and advanced tools every salesperson needs to know. Every concept is delivered one at a time, ensuring salespeople have a chance to practice concepts before moving on to new ones. After learning a new skill, salespeople must complete a series of 3 lifelike sales calls where they open, develop, and close a deal.
Christy, what do you think is the single biggest development opportunity for your sales force?
Our team members are tech experts who traditionally relied on their tech knowledge to sell. More and more, we are dealing with non-IT people who need a different approach.
Momentium provides learners the opportunity to put techniques into practice immediately. This develops better habits leading to greater sales success. After successfully completing the sales simulation in each module, you'll review the key factors that led to the success in those sales calls. This guided reflection is crucial when it comes to creating long-term mastery. Beyond being the most effective sales training system available today, organizations that use Momentium enjoy several other benefits as well. The online training lets us track and record activity within each module. We use this information to benchmark your team's performance and show you how each of your salespeople are improving.
I would like to introduce our first keynote speaker, Mr. Khurram Riaz, who has been making an exceptional difference being part of Jazz in Pakistan, which was previously known as MobileLink, for his customers internally or externally, currently working as Director B2B Large Accounts and Head of Corporate Solutions. With over 11 years of experience in corporate sales with dynamic sales management, record of achievement and demonstrated success driving multi-million sales growth and contributed extraordinarily in improving sales team performance. He is an exceptional mentor and a coach who's tenacious in building new business, securing his customer loyalty, and forging strong relationships. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you think so? Good afternoon, Khurram. Let's hear from you. How are you today, sir? You're gonna see him in a minute. There you go. Hi, Khurram.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. Feeling great? Is it raining on your end of the city?
It is actually. It is like not typical Karachi. It was, we were actually in a boil before the start of the rain, but it is pleasant out there. I just went there, have a look around, and then I actually have to join you guys. So let's see if we can make it more interesting.
Right. It's going to be certainly an interesting evening coming up because this conference is going to spice it up for everyone, hopefully. So with this, without further ado, Khurram, floor is yours.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think, thank you. So I think we can start our discussion with the question that why the new normal wouldn't be like the old normal. So businesses went into the lockdown and came to a grind because of the recent pandemic resulting massive unexpected disruption, and some of the businesses were even forced to shut down. Similarly, in Pakistan, we are facing a national output loss ranging between 900 billion to 1.6 billion trillion rupees as per the Ministry of Finance. So we have seen different levels of impact in different verticals, and some of them had a huge impact, while others sustained and are sustaining. Verticals like ride-hailing companies, retail, textile, hotel and hospitality, they got a major blow, while on the other side, pharmas, software, and other telecom-related companies sustained. So this leads to massive change of mindset and approach in planning and building our strategy for the new normal. So I think it can all start with a bottom-up approach in identifying your customer new needs, designing the product and delivering with agility. So what we learn with this grow your business. When you communicate well with customers, your chances of success in business increase exponentially. It's about understanding the requirements of your customer, and do you have the right set of answers to their critical and complex queries, like how and whom should be contacted in the first place to understand the new work from home phenomena, and obviously the best practices around the world. Second important thing is how flexible you are. A few basic questions include how well you can help your organization to understand and lubricate your internal engine to cater customers' complex requirements. How they explore the team internal, the right partners with a passion to grow, and how internal teams help you leveraging on available platforms and customizing solution according to your customer requirements. So customization is the key. And as I normally say that you just win a Formula One race with a Corolla, if even if you're a so fortunately, in our case, we were after our overall ambition to lead the ICT space in Pakistan with an ambition of digital Pakistan. So since last 2 years, we actually capitalized the largest B2B base we have. And the mantra was more of building agencies around the core business to get more better customer stickiness, which obviously resulted in growth and more sustainable revenues. And I think this should prevail during the pandemic and after that as well. Third is how agile and flexible you are. So identifying the scope of work, exploiting your assets, leveraging on your partnerships, and finally doing some proof of concept with an open model of customization while designing and testing at the same time. So you, your partner, and your customer are winning together at the same time. That's a beautiful model, and we actually are part of the similar expedition, and that actually takes your relationship with your customer to a next level. With their start taking you as your IT consultants or more sort of ICT consultants, and not just being a normal sales guy. So the element of speed and agility in particular is crucial because this once in a generation challenge is likely to have a profound impact on how and who is left behind when the crisis finally ends. So during the downturn, for example, customers are likely to trade down. That is, buy less expensive products, resulting in big changes at both the high and low end ends of the market. They'll be looking for more of OPEX-based offerings rather than traditional CAPEX models. They would more likely to request you to invest on their networks even as well. So likes of organization may come to the bigger service providers for certain SD-WAN kind of connectivity for their fixed operations to be managed, and with other kind of flexibility on their part. So this actually will be opening up more opportunities on managed services side, and this in this context, it's not enough to capture revenues. It has to happen quickly. We are already seeing movers reap significant rewards. And as the digitization is increasing and the B2B modeling of doing business is shifting, it is actually shifting from traditional solutions to more of diverse portfolio of services, where you can capitalize your brand equity and relationship with your B2B customers. I think the balance on building up adjacencies and maintaining the core business is the perfect model. Knowing that the new normal may not allow the technology companies to offer the same set of services to their customers. The idea of building an ecosystem around platforms and partners will be the way to increase revenue growth. That's for sure. So, from on-the-shelf service provider to a customized ITC solution consultant approach will definitely prevail in the future. A relevant approach in the new normal is to reach out to different verticals with more focused way of looking at their requirements. Digitalization taking the ICT consulting to a new level now, where a more granular level of understanding is required with industry specialists coming in business. Insights and knowledge of particular industry challenges and digital ambitions will be the key. Every vertical will have a different requirement and will be looking for a more customized set of solutions. So you probably will come out of this on-the-shelf kind of a product approach, and rather than you go and find the scope of the work, you get your partners along, capitalize on the platforms and build up a customized solution according to a customer's right. So I can actually discuss few of the examples during this pandemic where there is a kind of potential, and we think that there is a scope in future to explore, and there is a way of doing or increasing the business. So before the pandemic, reps had predominantly, I'm talking about pharma reps, so they had predominantly face-to-face interaction with physicians to share scientific information and store a consistent supply of their medicines to patients. This partnership with the healthcare community over the years has been a key driver of medical innovation and plays a vital role in the advancement of medical care, so thereby enabling better patient outcomes. This COVID-19 pandemic has transferred these traditional interactions, and with the remote virtual engagements as valuable alternatives. Somehow, majority of pharma companies in Pakistan has just begun their journey in digitalization. Uh, COVID-19 has acted as a catalyst, frankly, and that has driven every company to actively identify ways to innovate and engage digitally. Digital platforms have shown to improve the scope of industry's collaborations with physicians and in supporting patient care by enabling 24/7 virtual care, real-time feedback, one-to-many options, simplifying the visualization of data, etc. So the platforms and connectivity solutions give convenience to doctors and the flexibility to make themselves available remotely through webinars, hotlines, or even live video interactions and support remote patient care. Connectivity solutions with cloudification will help ongoing professional education through ways to help them better adapt digital technologies. Particularly helpful at a time when most countries are in lockdown and access to health is limited. To digitally innovate, we must ask the right questions. What are the needs of doctors and patients? What is the best way to address their unmet needs and make a tangible impact? How can digital solutions obviously help filling these gaps? With an open mind and willingness to experiment, we can apply innovative digital solutions and new technologies in an optimal way to improve patient outcomes. Second, in vertical, I actually want to discuss something which is more sort of a national problem now is ad tech. In mid March, I guess, schools got closed. Students were sent home to figure out how to learn during this pandemic, and we all are responsible leaders, and I think we should participate in resolving this national problem. If we deliver some value to them in this crisis, we hope we become an essential part of this new building ecosystem. The time this pandemic will be over, digital distance learning will turn out to be a massive opportunity to deal with. And Ed Vertical will definitely be considering more of those companies who are now more serious to this cause and helping them understand and resolve. So this includes connectivity service providers, telcos, tech platforms, and box movers for our devices. I think it's going to be a very hard few months or even years for ad tech companies to build new relationships, understanding the overall phenomena, signing better deals with their customers. And for that connectivity provider, it surely is a different ball game. They are already in this business with our connectivity over 4G, Wi-Fi devices or internet, fixed network connectivity. So that's schools getting connected, maybe back office or internet. The recent shift to remote work for instruction has left many administrators wishing they could access their tools from anywhere, and the leads to another area of cloudification to increase. Uh, and obviously, the need of private cloud service providers will be encouraged. The pandemic has revealed that many students don't even have internet access, and that also leads to an area where 4G penetration can help. Uh, they don't have tech tools available to learn remotely. So schools may be looking to invest in affordable and creative solutions, such as low-cost hardware that turns on cell signals. I think finally that the key to edtech education are three main things: the platform, the connectivity, and the devices. There is a massive requirement as a turnkey solution, and companies can invest to explore, and this can turn out to be a key initiative to accelerate revenue and growth as well. Second is e-commerce, and everyone knows about that. I think everyone has been hyping for the longest time that future is online. And yes, the internet has dominated the past decade. But everything was supposed to go online, from grocery shopping to education, while it did not organically it did not happen organically. That is pretty where we are now, except the disastrous circumstances in which this change has been forced meant that everyone from providers to consumers of services were caught unawares. But as the demand for online deliveries increase and innovations such as contactless delivery become the new norm, companies are not just ramping up their efforts, but actually changing the way they operate and picking issues in their structures and business model. As far as major player of this industry in Pakistan is concerned, there are notably two or three of them. I can talk about Raz and Cheetah, two companies that deal with different ends of e-commerce industry right now. The first being the country's largest e-commerce retailer, and the later being one of the fastest growing delivery and logistics service providers. That's Cheetah. So both these organizations have seen some serious spike in their sales in past 3 to 4 months, as this increase of orders was going to happen sooner or later as fears about the coronavirus pandemic grew in the country. And while e-commerce companies were quick to make their deliveries contactless, they jumped on the idea of delivering groceries quickly as well. Even Foodpanda, which was going to see a rise in demand in any case, with people stuck at home and unable to eat out, was fast to create and launch Foodpanda Mart, a contactless grocery delivery service. And while some players in the e-commerce sector have been trying their best to innovate quickly, even the most agile companies has sort of been caught off guard. And growth strategies and plans that they had hoped would phase in over the years. But then there is a fact that this is also the time of for e-commerce to thrive. It has its greatest opportunities at a time when all work and physical interaction brings with it great risks. In their case, however, there are also great rewards.
Great points that you've touched upon, especially the agile model for the organizations to follow. Right, customization is definitely going to be the key, and how flexible you are going to be with your customers, and how would you come up with the customized solutions moving forward. I think that is definitely, and it's obviously you said it very right. It cannot be said brighter than this. COVID-19 has acted as a catalyst So we'll look forward to having continuing the discussion in the panel with the other panelists as well once the keynote speaking sessions are completed.